Hello and welcome. Today we are going to do some small programming. I mean a small game that is a really very simple game that we are going to make. That is like just like this here. Yeah, this is that means if we start A, there will be the apple, B for banana, C for cat, and D for deer. This is a very simple and the first, I think, for the beginners. We will use only HTML, CSS, and vanilla JavaScript. That means the plain JavaScript. Let's start how to do this. The first we have to make this on our HTML and CSS file. How to start? We will use here a Visual Basic Code to make this program. Let me see. Okay, so let me minimize this one and we will start with the, let's first make a folder. Here I will choose the E drive. You can keep this folder anywhere you want, and let me make a folder named my first simple game app. Okay, now this is in the E drives, and we have just a empty folder, nothing inside this. And then we will use Visual Studio Code for this simple programming to be sure that this is a very basic and for the beginners. That means we start from HTML, CSS, and Java all together to understand the concept of web game program development. Okay, let me start with Visual Studio Code. Let me open that blank folder, and we have an in E drive, and I think what's the name of this, we give first simple game app and we open it. The first thing we do is let's make an index file here, index.html. okay, and then we will you can make everything in the same file like the index.js and index.cs, but it's good to practice for the separate. So I love to do with I go with the assets folder, and in assets let's make one is, for example, you can give any names, but for me it's main.css, and I will make another file called main.js. These are the files. So indexed, just go with the simple. Okay, if you want you can keep the title here, my first game development, and let's link the CSS file and JS file here. Yeah, link rel request style sheet. It's a ref equals to, it's inside the assets, and then main.css. Let's link that external CSS file here, and then we can link the JS file on the bottom. That's always better to keep a JS file, to link JS file on the bottom of the page, just in front of this body tag, closing body tag. It's because if we do first, it will load the HTML, and only after then it will load the JS files. Okay, script src equals to assets, and for this the main.js, for example. Okay, and now let's see what is our target. We have to check it first, right? We have to make a let me see this one. That means let's make first this design cover from HTML and CSS, and then we will put a script so that if anyone can press on A, apple, B for banana, C for cat, and D for dog will come. Okay, let's go with this. So for this, what I would love to do is, the first I'll make div class equals to, you can make a container, or you can make a game container. Okay, don't worry about the responsiveness or any other things right now, because this is just to practice. The div means that we will keep everything inside this. Okay, now let's go with the CSS. For this one, if you want, you can split this in two ways. Let's go to the view appearances, and we go with the edit layout, split left, this one. Okay, now it's easy for us. Here we'll go with this moment. Here is the HTML file, and let me split it up again. Split to the right. Okay, and here I will go with CSS. Here is our HTML. Okay, the first one we have to try. Let's test if the CSS file linking correctly or not. For this we can check it. Body, and let's change the background color. Let's check the skip anything similar, and let's run this file from here first and index. Okay, that means our file is working. That means the linking with CSS is working. And now let's write something more. Okay, let's delete it for now. We don't need this exactly at the moment. We can keep it here if you want, and we can see here we have the game container. Okay, let's go with the game container dot game container. Let's give it now for around width around 450 pixel, and let's give the height around 700, okay, or 650 pixel, and let's give the background color. You can choose anything, or you can choose from here. Okay, that's fine. Let's see it if it's working. That's fine. Here, this is our. We can give the margin 0 auto. Okay, it's in middle. Now what is our task? Let's see the task again. What is actually here? We have to make this. Don't worry about color. The first we have to make it in the two parts. First one is to display, and second one is for the option. So let's go for the second parts here. Okay, div class equals to, let's give it the option wrapper or display output wrap. Output wrap, that's fantastic. And let's give another for the div class wrap equals to optr1 option wrap. We have two sections. Okay, now go with this here dot output wrap, and let's width the whole we will give 100%, that's fine, and height let's give 80%. Okay, and we can give its background color something different than this, so that is easy for us to understand. Let's keep same one like green, that's fine. Okay, it's the green, that's fine. And we can write here for now, we can write here and make another div, or that's fine, div class equals to output result text, that's fine, because the result will be a, or you can say output text, that's fine, output text. And let's write here applevel. This is just for the purpose to set up our game nicely. Let's go here, yeah, apple, it comes like this. And let's check it. Let's we can make it font size. Let's go to 200, no, it's not anymore, 150 pixels, and the font color should be white. We can write directly white, or we can give F like this. Okay, this will be white, and it's easy. Let's keep it in the middle. Display flex, flex justify content center, align items or content, you can make center. Let's see if it works. Yeah, it's in the place. That's our first task is completed. Now let's go with the button one, and let's write here in option wraps. We can write div id equals to a. We give this because later if we click on this there should be something happen. That means if we click on a, there should be apple. If you click on B, there should be banana. and if we click and see, there should be cat. So this, for this purpose, we need the uh, that means the unique IDs for this all. So that's the reason that we keep div ID equals to a, and here we write a. Let's copy it, and for now we just have a b c d for a b. Let's give the ID also b c c d d, and let's see how it works. Okay, a b c d, finally we got it here. Now let's go with the CSS. Okay, let's go with the CSS, and what we have to do is we just go with the option wrap first. Option wrap, this is the class, so we'll put dot option wrap. We just make right now is, let's make display flex and justify content center, and let's do align items center. Let's see what's the result. Yeah, it's come here, and let's go to dot option wrap and div inside them. That means we are targeting these all divs together inside the option wrap class. So here let's give the width around, for now just check it, 60 pixel, and let's give the let's not actually necessary, but we can give min width here, minimum width 60 pixels. Let's give the padding 10 pixel and margin 10 pixel. Why we give margin is to give the margin between these two letters. Let's see, check it how it looks like. Yeah, A B C D. Now we give just the font size. Let's give 60px, and let's give the background color to make it different than others. Yeah, A B C D, that's fine. And here we can make the text align center. That's fantastic. Now our task is, the first part is ready. Okay, just let's give the color a little lighter so that we can see the letter. Okay, that's fine. And this for cursor, change cursor to pointer. I love this. So you don't need it, but I love to do this. Okay, now our first part is completed. Now what we have to do is, if anyone click on A, here should be A, apple. If B, here should be banana or boy, or C, cat, D for dog. So for this we go with the main JS. Let's check if the JavaScript file is working. What I do first, let's take the make the variable. Okay, for example here the first we go with the A B C D because we will click here, so here ID is A. Let's take this ID here. For example, variable A equals to document dot get element by ID, and we can put here A, and let's check if it is working. A dot add event listener, and we go with click and function. Okay, and we check here if it's working. Let's say suppose let's say a lot clicked. This is just for to check if everything is going nicely. Okay, let's click here. Yeah, click. That means till now there is no problem. That means we are able to click on the A to do something. Okay, now what we do is, if we click on A, we have to change something inside this. So let's catch this div ID. What is that ID? Is class output text. Let's add here, it's better. ID equals to output and text. Okay, now we just take this one also. I love to keep it off. Var output text equals to document.get element by id. What's the name of the id? Is output text. So what we will do is here output dash text. Okay, now let's see. What we need to do is that if we click on here, this should be changed. Okay, so now for easiness we just remove here, and let's see, click on letters. Let me check it. Now it will be more reliable. Click on later. That means just click on that later. What we need to do is, if we click on this, here it should display Apple instead of this. So we go to JS. So we told here click function. What it will be happen? Output text dot inner HTML request Apple. That's it. I think. Let's see if it works or not. Yeah, Apple. It's Apple. That's fine. Now same thing we can do. Now what we can do is we can copy and paste here for all A, for this B, C and D. B dot add event listener, C and D. So here if B clicks should be banana, if C should be cat, and here should be, I love doggish. So stop. Now that's all. Now let's check it. A apple, B banana, C for cat and D for dog. That's it. This is the first. That means here what we learn is, let's check it again. I want to make it just the one. Editor layout is just a single. Okay, we have 3 files. It's so simple. We just do some simple things here. The first, the divs are the divisions. The game container is the main. Inside that container we have output wrap, class output wrap, and we just made the HTML part. Then we put it some CSS to give it the shape, and just we just use the add event listener to give the result. That's it. And in next you will see how we can do it more dynamically, because now what we did here is we use every ABCD to click here. Now next we'll put it in an array, and we will try to do the same thing but a little bit in a good shape. For example, we can add here ABCD till to Z, and then we can display the characters here or display the words here according to the alphabet we click. Okay, for now that's the wrap up, and next video we will do it this is little advanced way. But what we are concentrating here is to learn HTML, CSS and Java together. So congratulations, see you in next video.